Okay, so back in action, right? It is the new film from Seth Gordon, who co-wrote it with Brendan O'Brien. The film is produced by Geno Topping, Sharla Sumpter Bridget, Seth Gordon, and Peter Sherman and Bo Booman. It is executive produced by Jamie Foxx, Tim Lewis, Brandon O'Brien, Bergen Swanson, and Datari Turner. It is co-produced by Emma Finder and line production from Micah Sato. Christopher Lenatz took care of the music. Ken Song was on cinematography. Peter S. Elliott edits the piece, while casting is handled by Chris Redding and John Papsidera. Production design is Shepard Frankel. We got art direction from Luke Whitelock, Clint Wallace, Carol Urneck, Tom Steele, Rob Nagy, James McKellen, Stephen Lawrence, Patricia Johnson, Becca Hopper, Jamie Hall, Kat Gold, Susan Garanetz, Alice Biddle, and Sarah Bicknell. Lisa Chug, Courtney Cockrell, and Jen Sandell were set decoration. Richard Sale is costume design. And our cast. All right, so we have got Jamie Foxx as Matt. Emily, his wife, is played by Cameron Diaz. Okay. We have got Alice, their daughter, played by McKenna Roberts. Rylan Jackson plays Leo, their son. There is Chuck, their boss, played by Carl Chandler. There's Nigel, right, who works for... Oh, yes, no. Let's do Glenn Close plays Ginny, right? Emily's mother. And Jamie Demetrio is Nigel, Ginny's boyfriend, lover, whatever that is. Right, Baron, an MI6 agent, an ex of Emily's, is played by Andrew Scott. His colleague Wendy is played by Fola Evans-Akingbola. There is Bafazar Gore, played by Robert Bester. Bashir Salahuddin is Coach Chris. Dylan is played by Tom Brittany. Who else do we have? Tyler, played by Ben Vander May. Daphne is played by Jude Mack. Annalise, played by Layla Owen. James, played by Cruz Hadley. Craig, played by Zion James. They're all friends of Alice. Oh, I forgot her name for a second. The gist of the film is this. Former CIA spies Emily and Matt are pulled back into espionage after their secret identities are exposed. Now, there was two big things about this film, right? The first being, it's the first role Diaz has had in, man, ages, right? She retired. She retired from acting. But this brought her back. Also, yeah, Jamie Foxx fell ill making this film. Right? So there was these big things around this film, which I think made people think, oh, how's this going to be? How's this going to turn out even? I think the answer to that is it depends what you are looking for, right? Depends what you're looking for. If you enjoyed stuff like Heart of Stone, right? If you enjoyed Atlas, if you like the Fast and the Furious films, any of those ones, right? You possibly could enjoy Back in Action. You know what I mean? But if you want like a more interesting spy film, there's a similar film to this is The Family Plan, right? The Apple film with Mark Wahlberg, right? He was in it. I forget who his wife was, another famous actor. But that took famous actors, you know what I mean, put them in this scenario, undercover spy, blah, 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 family. That worked, I thought, in my opinion. I didn't think this one did. Right? Now, I think a big part of it is knowing what you're trying to go for, right? Do you want it to be a comedy? Do you want it to be action, right? What are you trying to do here? You know, and this one seemed to be lost in, do we want it to be a comedy? Do we want it to be because you had this weird middle ground that, you know, like there's the whole bit at the beginning, you know, Cameron Diaz, she's pregnant and she drops all of these pregnant tests on. He's like, how do you know? And she just drops all these pregnant tests on and it's just like, oh, of course she did, right? It's just like, come on, man, we can do better than this, right? And that's the thing you're constantly saying to yourself throughout the film. We could do better than this, right? The dialogue is just unimaginative, right? It is looking for those easy outs constantly, right? The interactions feel so forced, right? The humor feels forced. Everything feels forced here. You know, it's like these people don't know each other, but it's meant to be a family, right? It's meant to be a couple in love and 2 kids, but it does not feel like that at all. I think the whole Nigel thing, like, I don't even know what the fuck that was, right? It was so goofy and it just feels out of place, right? The Baron character, again, doesn't work, right? And it's a few things are thrown at you to kind of be like, oh, this is what it could be, or oh, maybe it's this, but it's so obvious, right, that I don't think anyone is believing, oh, I think that happened, right? You're just like, that seems a bit too easy. That feels a little too convenient. So what are they doing at that, right? Or, oh, that animosity, obviously they want us to think this, bit too convenient, right? That's the film. It is just, it's paint by numbers and it's painted by someone that has zero imagination. You know what I mean? Zero imagination or coordination. There's even, they've got the numbers. It's still hard to follow it, right? It's just like, wait, do the ones go together? I don't know. Maybe. What should I use? It's just a mess. It's just a mess, right? You have them coming to England, and you're just like, why are they coming to England? We got these terrible put on English accents. And even by English actors, right? They tell them to, right, you have to sound more British. So talking this way, and it's just like, what? Why are we doing this? Why are we doing this? Right? I don't think with the internet and just the way the world is now, the access everyone has, I think everyone knows that not everyone from a particular country talks in a particular way. But yeah, they're doing that thing again. Also, that thing where what a big, landmarks in that country. We'll have them go past all of those. Oh, we'll have them go to events and things at these places. It might seem weird, might seem completely nonsensical, but that's what we're going to have them do. And that's what that's what this is. Just the nightclub scene. I don't even know what that was. I don't even know. Like, no one is doing that, right? And I mean, right, look, parents, they might be like, but the people in the nightclub, that was weird. That was completely weird. The whole English breakfast thing, it's just, let us write some random things down that we think, that sounds good, and we'll just throw it at the film. That's what this felt like, right? When you look at the family plan, that film, it flowed a lot better than this, right? The break, the way the cover was broke, just all of those things worked more, right? Work more than this, right? When the kids see some craziness, we really believe that they're going to stand there and make this big deal. No, they're going to be shitting themselves, right? Kids are going to be shitting themselves. The action, uninventive, right? It was just, let's try and make this look fancy and drag it out for as long as we can. Because, it's not how a fight would go, right? Not how a fight would go. You're secret agents and you're not taking anyone out, right? You're leaving enemies behind you alive who then possibly could wake up straight away, come and kill you, right? Like, we have top agents who are meant to be high level, but horrible security, horrible contingencies. Just, not impressed. Was not, but again, right? The film is from, the writer of Neighbours, like Bad Neighbours, Horrible Bosses, right? The director directed Baywatch. It was never going to be the film I wanted it to be. Now, as I said at the start, if you enjoy, right? If you enjoy things like Heart of Stone, if you enjoyed things like Fast and the Furious, The Transporter, right? There's a certain type of action film right? There's that film Spy, you know, Jason Statham, Melissa McCarthy, right? I think, was it the Hitman's Bodyguard with Samuel Jackson and I forget the other guy. And then it was the Hitman's Bodyguard's girlfriend, or something like that, right? If you enjoyed those films, if those work for you, then you could possibly enjoy Back in Action. But yeah, this is not the family pan, people. It's not. But it's on Netflix, so, you know, you can dip in and out if you've got that. I think most people have got Netflix, so yeah, Back in Action. Question is, was it worth it? Was it worth it?